Hello! Welcome to my channel. This is Rebecca from Rebecca Reads, and today we have some experts. Now, I have one expert in kind of what I'm currently reading. Fishy, yeah. Are you hungry? Hold on. Alright, so we have Sadie. This one is by Courtney Summers, and this comes out 9/4. Really excited to pick this up in September because I read all the books in September. So yeah. And this is about a girl whose sister dies, and she has to kind of find out who killed her and stuff like that. I'm also currently reading Ghost Boy, and it's pretty good. I'm on chapter like 6 or 7, so I think I'm like 30-something% through with that. So hopefully will be finishing it before the 31st, and that one is by Stanford Betty, and this one comes out August 31st, and this is about a boy who, it's more of a coming of age story, but it has supernatural tendencies. So it's about a boy. Bobby, no, don't throw that on there. He has supernatural tendencies where he basically like can see dead people, and it's really awesome. So now onto the excerpt of Sadie. I'm going to do an excerpt of that. So let's do it. Oh. Okay. Danny Gilchrist. It's a beautiful day in the city. The sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky. I had a great lunch in Central Park. A chicken shawarma from the shawarma shop, which was overwhelmingly recommended to us by our listeners after last week's episode on NYC's Best Kept Secret. Thanks for that, you guys. It was so good work. It might just be my dinner too. From WNRK, New York, I'm Danny Guilford, and you are listening to Always Out There. Today we're doing something new, something big. Today we're preempting your regular scheduled episodes of Always Out There to launch the first episode of our new serial podcast, The Girls. If you want to hear more, you can download all 8 episodes. That's right, the entire season on our website. We're pretty sure you want to hear more. Created and hosted by one of our longtime producers, Wes McKay, The Girls explores what happened when a devastated crime reveals a deeply unsettling mystery. It's a story about family, about sisters, and the untold lives lived in a small town in America. It's about the lengths we go to protect the ones we love, and the high price we pay when we can't. And it begins, as so many stories do, with a dead girl. The Girl. Episode 1. The Girl's Theme. West Creighton. Welcome to Cold Creek, Colorado. Population 800. Do a Google image search and you'll see the main street. So, they're barely beating heart of the tiny world and find every other building vacant or boarded up. Cold Creek's luckiest, the gainfully employed work at the local grocery stores, gas stations, and a few other staple businesses along the strip. The rest have to look a town or two over for opportunities for themselves and for their children. The closest schools are in Parkindale, 40 miles away. They take students in from 3 other towns. Beyond this main street, Cold Court arteries out into one, and ship monopoly houses that no longer have places on the board. From there lies a royal sort of wilderness. The highway out is interrupted by veins of dirt roads leading to nowhere as often as they lead to pockets of dilapidated houses or trailer parks in the worst shapes. In the summertime, a food bus comes with free lunches for the kids until the school year resumes, guaranteeing at least 2 subsidized meals a day. There's a quiet to it that's cold, startling if you live your whole life in the city like I have. Cold Creek is surrounded by a beautiful, uninterrupted expanse of blue sky that seems to go on forever. Sunsets are spectacular, erratic golds and oranges, pinks, and purples, natural beauty unspoiled by the insult of skyscrapers. The sheer amount of space is humbling, almost divine. It's hard to imagine feeling trapped here, but most people do. Cold Creek resident, female. You live in Cold Creek because you were born here, and if you were born here, you probably never get out. Weston Crazy McCrae. That's not entirely true. There have been some successful stories. Cal is a graduate who moved on and found well-paid jobs in distant cities, but they tend to be the exception and not the rule. Cold Creek is home to a quality of life we've raised to aspire beyond, if we're born privileged enough to have the choice. Here, everyone working so hard to care for their families and keep their heads above the water that if they wasted time on the petty dramas, scandals, and personal grudges, they seem to define small towns in our nation's imagination. They would not survive. That's not to say that no drama, scandal, or grudge, just that those things are usually more residents of Cold Creek can afford about the care. Until it happened. The hunk of an abandoned turn of the century, one-room schoolhouse sits 3 miles outside of town, taken by fire. The roof is carved in, and what's left of the walls are charred. It sits next to the apple orchard that's slowly being reclaimed by the nature that surrounds it. Young overgrowth, new trees, wild flowers. That's almost something romantic about it, something that feels like respite from the lost rest of the world. It was the perfect place to be alone with your thoughts, at least it was before. Maybeth Foster, who you come to know as the series goes on, took me there herself. I asked to see it. She's a plump, white, 68-year-old woman with salt pepper hair. She has a grandmotherly way about her, right down to the voice that's so invitingly familiar it warms you from the inside out. Maybeth is the manager of Sparkling River Estates Trailer Park, a lifelong resident of Cold Creek. And when she talks, people listen. More often than not, they accept whatever she says. Maybeth Foster. Just about here. This is where they found the body. 911 dispatch your phone. 911 dispatch, what's your emergency? West Craven. On October 3rd, 47-year-old Carl Earl was on his way to work, a factory in Coldfield. It's now a drive from Cold Creek. He barely began his communion when he noticed black smoke marrying the early morning horizon. Carl Earl. Started out like any other day. At least I think it did. I imagine I got up, had breakfast and kissed my wife on the way out of the door because that's what I do every morning. But I honestly can't remember a thing before I saw the smoke and everything that happened after that. Well, I wish I could forget it. Yeah, my name's Carl Earl, and I just want to report fire. There's an abandoned schoolhouse off Miller's Road, and it's all lit up. It's about 3 miles east of Cold Creek. I was just driving by and noticed it. I pulled over to call. It looked pretty bad. Okay, Carl, we're going to send someone out. Are there any people around? Anyone in need of assistance you can see? Just me out here as far as I can tell. But I might not be close enough. I could maybe get a little closer and see. Sir, car, please stay clear of the fire. I need you to do that. Alright? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't going to. So, I did what I was told, even though the part of me wanted to play hero. I'm still not sure what compelled me to stick around because I couldn't afford to miss work. I stayed till the cops and the firemen came. I watched them go and until the flames were under control. That's when I noticed just beyond the schoolhouse there. I was the one that saw her first. The body of Maddie Sutherland was discovered between the boarding schoolhouse and the apple orchard, just out of sight. She had been found missing 3 days earlier, and she was found dead. A decidedly gruesome details of this was uncovered in the orchard will not be part of the show. While the murder of the crime might have captured your initial interest, its violence and brutality do not exist for your entertainment, so please don't ask us. The details of this case are easy enough to find online. In my opinion, you only really need to know 2 things. The first is the cause of her death was blunt force trauma to the head. The second is she was only 13 years old. I don't sleep anymore since it happened. Sleep great anymore since it happened. Maddie left behind an 18-year-old sister, Sadie, a surrogate grandmother, May Beth, and a mother, Claire, but Claire's been out of the picture for a while. I heard about this other murder at a gas station outside Albany, about 30 minutes from Cold Creek. I was with my crew in the Eastern Plains, and we just wrapped in interviews for a segment of the episode of Always Out There, dedicated to profiling small towns in America. You know, the kind of rambling decline. We wanted their residents to tell us what there's Bobby now. Put it on the table. We wanted to tell residents to tell us what kind of places lost, not because we thought we could restore them to their former glory, but simply so you knew they existed. We wanted to give them a voice before they disappeared. Well, that's not so bad anyway. That somebody gives a damn. That was Joe Halloran, one of the resident Abernathy residents we interviewed. I wasn't thinking about his words when I was standing behind the guy ahead of me at the gas station, listening as told his clerk exactly what happened to the Southern kid. The grisly fact didn't inspire me to stick around. My crew and I had gotten what we came for. We were ready to go back home. It was such a terrible thing. It was a terrible thing, sure, but we live in a world that has no struggle, shortage of terrible things. You can't stop all of them. A year later, I was sitting in my office in New York. It was October, a year to the day Maddie died, actually the 3rd. And my attention kept wandering from my computer screen to the window, where we could see the Empire State Building. I like my job at WNRK, and I like my life in the city. But maybe some part of me, the same part of me that let me walk away from Maddie's story the first time, without a second thought, was overdue for a shake-up. It arrived in the form of a phone call. Is this Wes Cribbs McCrae? It is. How may I help you? This is Beth Foster. Joe Halloran told me you give a damn. There have been no new developments in this Maddie Sutherland case. No suspects named to the crime. The investigation seemed to have ground to a halt. But that wasn't the reason Beth contacted me. I need your help. 3 months ago, in mid-July, she had gotten a call from a police station in Farfetch, Colorado, a town thousands of miles from Cold Creek. They found a 2007 black Chevy parked on the side of the road, and inside of it, a green bag full of personal belongings, effects belonging to Maddie's older sister, Sadie Hunter, who had disappeared that June. Sadie herself was nowhere to be found. She still hasn't been found. After a currency investigation, Sadie was declared as a runaway by a local law enforcement, and having exhausted all possible avenues available to her, May Beth Foster reached out to me. I was her last hope. She thought maybe I could bring Sadie back home to her alive, because Sadie had to be alive, because I can't take another dead girl. So that is the kind of beginning chapter and the kind of the thing. So this is awesome. I'm super excited. I hope you guys check out Sadie and Ghost Boy. Sadie comes out on sale 9/4. So if you like what you heard, please buy it. And Ghost Boy comes out October 31 if you are interested in that. And have a great day. Comment if you have read any of these books. Like this video and subscribe below. Bye.